Hey guys, it's Championdjk coming at you again with another video, and this is going to be another complete Auto World series, as I am able to collect all the Ultra Reds from a premium release from Auto World. We go ahead and we just take a look at all of them. This was the last one I needed to get, and I've got it, and we are going to go ahead and go through all of them. So let's just start right away with this casting. This is a 1970 Dodge Challenger RT. Version A is right there. And you can see the Ultra Red behind there is on the version A card. You can read those premium facts if you'd like. It's a new casting variation. First time they've replicated the RT rally style hood on a 70 Dodge Challenger, so that's what makes it significant. And this is it right here in dark green poly, and it looks absolutely fantastic. This is definitely one of the standouts in this release, is this color on this car. It just looks absolutely beautiful. So check that one out. This is limited to 10,120 pieces. It looks lovely in green in the version A. And then, of course, we got a version B as well, right here in this white, which is like a low-key Vanishing Point tribute, which is why it has a VP on the plate in the back. So kind of a Hollywood release almost. Even though Greenlight actually does the Hollywood release of this car, so not quite, but very, very cool. That thing looks pretty awesome. So there's your two. So both of these are limited to the same amount, 10,120 pieces. That's not always the case between a version A and a version B car. Sometimes it'll make more of one or the other. In this case, they are the same. So we might as well take a look to, well, we got the one carded piece, which is this Ultra Red, at the card art for this particular Auto World 2020 Release 4. So Release 4 varies a little bit from your typical Auto World in that it has a magazine cover on here, these Hemmings magazines, which isn't the first time that they've actually sort of done something like this. They did it in the licensed premium line when Auto World first came out, and now they've kind of revamped it on this card art, which is really, really cool. Here's a look at the back of the card art. You can see what's all in the release there. So just really neat. Yeah. So let's go ahead and we're going to open up this Ultra Red. It'll be the first Ultra Red we'll look at today out of the 6. And this is actually number 4 in the series, so we're kind of going out of order here. But there it is, loose. All right, so let's talk Auto World traits. I have to say this every single time I talk about Auto World Ultra Reds. In a store-based release, it does not matter if you find the Ultra Red on the version A or the version B card. The car on the inside of the packaging will be the same for either A or B. It does not matter which card you find it on. All of the Ultra Reds in a particular series, such as this one, 2020 Release 4, will share the same traits as each other. And we'll see that more as we go on. But the traits of this Ultra Red are Ultra Red body, of course. We have an Ultra Red base. We also have Ultra Red rims or wheels. And we have red tinted windows. And then also, obviously, white tires. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different traits. Wait, 1, yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5 different traits, yeah, for this release. So that's more than they typically do. The cars themselves are going to follow, other than the fact that they're the Ultra Red type, they're going to follow the Release A cars. So the ones that are actually featured on the magazine artwork. such as that green one right there. That's the other thing to be noted that's a little bit different from this series is the version A and the version B cards are pretty much the same except for your premium facts and the color. Other than that, they're pretty much the same card. So that's a different thing too. But anyway, Ultra Reds. There you go. You got your 5 traits for the Ultra Red. Now, any Ultra Red in any other series may not have white tires. It may not have a red base. It may not have red windows. But in this series, they're going to all follow these same traits. Okay, so for the Release 4 from 2020, that's what they are. And pretty cool. Pretty cool Ultra Red right there. So I'm going to go ahead and set that one aside. But we're going to look now in order. So the next one's going to be the 1967 Cadillac Eldorado, which is a very cool casting, big boat of a car. So here is the version A, which is in Grecian white. This also, like the Challenger, happens to be limited to 10,120 pieces. And there's your version A. Version A has the classic car on the plate, which is the magazine that it would have been featured in. And that's the way these go too, is the version A is all the magazine featured cars, and the version B is going to be an alternate color. This is the version B. And this one is in Venetian blue. And looks pretty nice. The plate should be different. Oh, the plate is actually the same on this one. Classic car. So that's kind of interesting. They gave it the same plate. So this is a cool casting. This casting originally debuted in the Premium Release 3 from Auto World. The original Premium Release 3, before they started putting years on it. The Challenger, I think that one debuted... when was that one first released? I don't remember. I think it was actually Premium Release 2 was the first time the Challenger showed up. But yeah, very cool. And then again, of course, we get the Ultra Red right here. Again, white tires, red wheels, red body, red windows, red base. Pretty cool. And it will go after the traits of the version A car. In this particular example, however, in this series, you know, it's kind of hard to tell because they don't really have, they both have the same plate. They both basically have the exact same trim. The only difference, they both have the same color interior too, which is black. So the only difference between these two is actually the body color. So on this one, it's just Ultra Red. Technically it follows the version A traits, but as you can see, version A and B, there's not really any trait different. So aside from the obvious, which is the color, which obviously is replaced on this one with Ultra Red. So very cool. So again, the Ultra Reds are 3% of the entire production, okay, making them, when you get up in these numbers, they're getting up in numbers. So there's going to be over 600 of these out there. Same with the Challenger that we just looked at. So, you know, there's quite a few of them out there. As far as a chase is concerned, you know, it's kind of, they're a little bit more rare than your 1 of 750 or whatever, like M2 chase. But they make it enough of them so that people can find them in stores. That's cool. And I'll tell you, with them being more of them made, I'm telling you right now, the prices of the Ultra Red stuff in the secondary market are not going down. All right, here is the next one, number 2, which is the 1979 Chevy C10 Scottsdale Fleet Side. This one is version A in light blue. Now, these are limited to 13,816 pieces. Why is that more? Why do they vary? You know, in the same series, how could they make more of one than the other? Well, it's because all of the cars in these releases are available in straight packs, is what they call them, to hobby dealers. So basically, hobby dealers are allowed to order basically just a straight up pack, like 6 of these, instead of getting full series if they want to. So this is the forever loved Chevy Silverado square body, not really Silverado, Chevy square body pickup casting from Auto World. Definitely a fan favorite. This one has the Hemmings Motor News plate. Looks really nice in blue. Blue interior, stock ride height, all that stuff. And then the other one that they came out with, the version B in red and black, is also limited to 13,816 pieces. It is right there. Looks really nice. This one has a black dashboard and it has red seats, which is kind of cool. So, two-color interior. I also like that this one has the colored bumpers as well. I think look really good. I mean, out of the two trucks, if I were to want to own one personally, I'd probably just own this basic blue one. It looks really awesome. But both of these trucks are nice stock releases of this pickup, and I think they look quite good. So the Ultra Red then, of course, is going to take after the blue one. So it doesn't have any of the graphic on it. If it took off of the version B, it would have this black striping on it. The yellow striping, all that stuff would remain, and then it would be Ultra Red as well. But since it goes after the blue one, this is what you get. Is you get this one right here. And then it also has the matching plate. All three of them have the same plate in this one as well. And, of course, you get the red windows, red body, the red wheels, the red base, the white tires, and all of that. One thing I did notice that is different, though, is the interior on this is black. So that's got me looking. No, not all the interiors are black, but the interior is black on the Ultra Red. No red seats, nothing. So that is peculiar. I want to maybe look around and see if there is a couple of these Ultra Reds out there that possibly have the blue interior in them. That would be kind of a neat thing to look at. But this one in particular is black. I don't know why they gave it a black interior. Neither release has a black interior. This one's got a black dashboard, but it's got red seats. This one clearly is all blue. So that's kind of an interesting thing. So that's peculiar, but very, very cool release. So at 3% of the production for this one, that's going to make that, over 800 pieces. So there you go. This casting, this is the Dodge Challenger Hellcat Redeye 2019. This was a brand new casting for this release, and it is pretty awesome. This one is limited to 10,816 pieces, and it is in Plum Crazy. And it just looks great. Muscle back there, so you got the plate. Really good looking casting from Auto World. Super cool. This one does have a weird issue with it. I've seen just a lot of these that I've picked up, or a lot of them have a wonky wheel on them, which is not too typical of Auto World, but for some reason these rims on this casting, you sometimes end up with a little bit of a wonky wheel, which is fixable if you play around with it enough. Just noting it, though, because it just seems to be pretty common for this casting. But very cool there, indeed, in Plum Crazy. And then the version B is, this one really has a wonky wheel here on the back. I have multiples of these, though. I have them carded, so if I ever get irritated with that, I could just replace it. But this one's in triple nickel silver, 10,816 pieces again, making the Ultra Red about 650-ish pieces. And this one looks pretty good too. I like the color of this one almost better than the purple, but again, we got that kind of, got some alignment issues there, the wheel. So very cool. Same plate, I think, on this one as well. Just that wheel. Oh, that back axle is really bad. Again, I could probably fix it. I might before I put these cars back away. This one also has some weird line right here too. I don't know what that's about. But every brand suffers from a little bit of quality control. And Auto World is not immune to that, so it happens. Here's the Ultra Red. And this one does look pretty awesome with the red rims. So red rims, red body, of course, red windows, red base, and white tires. Which the white tires are the ones that scare me the most because God, you roll over any sort of dirt. And these things like, these castings as, you know, you get them out of the package and stuff, paint flakes from the rivets, all sorts of stuff. So you can easily dirty the tires because they're white. But this one does look pretty awesome. So again, this would take after the version A car, but so that's why it's got the black stripes. And you notice the purple one's got those, but the triple nickel does not. So easy to tell what version this one takes after. And they both have black interiors. This one has a black interior. Now we're going to be looking closely at interiors, of course. So pretty cool. And then next is the Chevelle. This is the 1967 Chevy Chevelle SS. This is the least produced car in the series. These are less than 10,000 pieces, 9,880 pieces. So it's possible that these were not even available in straight packs. I don't know for sure. But they have the lowest production number of anything in this series is this car right here. There's actually less of them. This one and the other one, which we're going to look at in a second. It's a nice casting. It's been out a ton of times. I believe it first showed up. Oh, I can just consult my Auto World wall. I believe it was License Premium Release 2 was the first time we saw the Chevelle casting. So way back in the day. And this one looks pretty good in the Bolero red with a black top. Red line wheels. Tires. It looks pretty good. Muscle magazine or whatever. Plate. And then we got the other one is this guy right here. And this one is in Capri Cream. And again, 9,880 pieces for this one. This one looks pretty good. It looks like your basic Chevelle casting from Auto World that they've released quite a few times. So not the most exciting one, and you know maybe they knew it wasn't going to be quite as exciting for people as some of the other cars in the release, meaning that they made less of them. So this one has a little bit of quality issues. There's some weird like streak right here, dark streak. I'm not sure exactly how these are produced in the factory, but you know the top is painted a different color than the back, and it looks like some of that black paint got out of there. You know, I'm not entirely sure, but it does look pretty good. And it says Super Sport right there in the rear, and that almost looks like it's like partially rubbed off on both sides. The red one, it's a much sharper, even though it's like super tiny printing. You can see that SS right there. On this one, it is not. So I actually would think about possibly replacing this car. If I really wanted a pristine, perfect collection of Auto World, maybe I will, but maybe I won't. It's a very cool little casting, though. And it's had a bunch of really cool releases. This is definitely not the best of the releases. All right. And then lastly, we get the Ultra Red for it. And here's the Ultra Red. So this makes the Ultra Red, 593 pieces approximately. And the Ultra Red looks pretty awesome. Those red windows, red body, you know, all those traits. And again, this one, there's no real obvious difference. Well, I guess there is. The obvious difference on this one is actually the wheels, because that's how you know it's version A traits, because of the wheels there are different from the version B car, and they do actually match the version A. Be cool if they had the the red line on the wheels, actually, but they don't. Around the tires. Just solid white. That looks pretty good. All right, last casting in the series is one of my favorites, which is this Mustang. So this is usually the Mustang Mach 1. This is the Ford Mustang Boss 351, 1971 variety. This is version A in medium yellow gold. 10,120 pieces for this one. And this is a cool color for this Mustang. And the interior is gold as well, which is kind of a different thing. Muscle Magazine again on the plates of this one. Just a fantastic casting. I've always dug this casting. I'm missing one Ultra Red from this casting. I need to get it. I gotta check that one off the list sometime soon so I can have a complete collection. I'm missing actually 2017 Premium Release 4. So if anybody's got that one out there that wants to trade it, it's distinguishable from others because it has a green interior. So if anybody else has that and they want to get rid of it or trade it, it will go to a good home, which would be my home. So there you go. There's your medium yellow gold, and then the version B right here. And this one is just dark green. So really cool. The silver. They've released this car in kind of a darker green several times, and actually different shades of green quite a few times. The one thing that really differs with this one is that interior being gold. But there's been a few that have been darker green with the silver. There's also been the darker green with black accents as well. So they've had this car out in green quite a few times. And they will do that. They will do just real slight variations of options of the car. And I think that's actually kind of cool. So there's that. And then lastly, of course, the Ultra Red. So the Ultra Red's right here. And we get the usual traits, you know, red, 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 white. And then this one does have the gold interior. So it does maintain the gold interior from both the cars. You can tell it's the version A traits easily just because it has a black hood and a black spoiler, black trim, as opposed to the green one that's got the silver. So there you go. And that is it. That is another complete Auto World series in the books. Let's just get all the Ultra Reds out together once. Why not? So 6 of them. And there they are. It's always fun to try to complete these. Just a fun time. So there's all 6. That's going to be it for this video. If you like these videos, the format of these, there is just an Auto World playlist. You can go check it out. It's everything Auto World. All the Auto World videos I've done, I try to tag them into that playlist so that it's easy to watch. My channel in general tries to be separated out into playlists, just make things, you know, as easy as possible to navigate. So if you do enjoy one type of video, you can go see more of that same type. And yeah, that's how we operate around here. All right, so thank you guys very much for watching. Have yourself a great day.